you're watching this video because I've dated you already, or I will date you and make you watch this video. That's basically how I'm growing my YouTube channel, just organically and dating all of my subscribers. Not every person I date end up subscribing, unfortunately, and it's just a slow process. But I love dating. I get so excited just wearing my best outfit and taking care of my skin and putting on a good cologne and just talk about myself all night. I even love bringing people over to show them how I've curated my studio to match my character and my personality. The only part I don't like about dating is when I bring people home and they see my 3D printer. Like, this machine has never made anybody want to make love to me, except for, oh, maybe for my professor. He was very excited the other time, who, funnily enough, he was fired for sexual misconduct. So I don't know if it was the 3D printer or he's just like a horny person. But I'm making this video because Nashville is the first city where I really love dating. I've lived in Boston and New York City and before here, and dating was so disappointing in all of them for different reasons. In New York City, I literally had no time to even think about dating. I was so busy. And it's not the 1 or 2 days you spend dating someone, because planning in New York City is an entirely different beast. You gotta find a place you can both go to with the subway and afford. You gotta go to laundromat to wash your clothes before the date. And depending on the season, you gotta wait for the right day to even leave the house. Because in winters, you gotta sit in a freezing laundromat for 2 hours with an old lady who is literally keeping herself warm by constantly talking to you. Even after you put in your earbuds in the most dramatic way. The whole move your hair out of your ear and just struggle to put in your earbud and close the case as loud as you can. And here's what really ruins it. On your way to your date, you meet someone who is cooler, sexier, smarter, funnier, who makes you laugh more on the subway ride than you would for the rest of the night with your actual date. And you get this new person Instagram and everything too, but when you go on a date with them, the same thing happens again, you know? You just meet someone better. So you're just sitting there with your date thinking, okay, now I gotta laugh at your relatively less funny joke. It's because in New York City, there's just so many people that on your way to your date, you meet someone who is better than your date, who you can totally date. So in my personal experience, you never go on a date with a proper boner. It's always out of some weird decorum or just pity so you don't stand them up. And they're doing the same thing to you. So everybody's kind of like, you know, turned off by the time they get to the date. Boston is the worst place to date. I've only met 3 types of people in Boston. People who are there for their careers, so either entitled Ivy School kids, which is who I dated, or just annoying, pretentious grads who work in tech, which is who I was. The second type are the Bostonians who watch baseball with every meal and call you a faggot if you wait for the red light. And the third type are the Bostonians who call you another slur I haven't unlocked yet. And everyone you date is in some way connected to people at work. They've either went to the same school or worked at the same startup or, I don't know, jerk off to the same baseball team. I told my Boston date, who was my boss's rock climbing buddy, that I would still watch Woody Allen movies. And it went so bad that I remember I came home, I was panicking. And I thought to myself, I probably missed a promotion and my 401k. She literally threw my Cheesecake Factory cheesecake off of my hands on the ground and started this 5-minute monologue, rehearsed, just practice monologue about, I wasn't even listening. I was trying to eat my Cheesecake Factory cheesecake off the ground. And obviously I'm skipping a few other horrible things I said, but in my personal opinion, dating shouldn't be this fucking scary, man, okay? Just failed. You know what would be so funny? Scheduling your next date during your current date because it sucks. That's basically what I did. I'm not dating nobody. Nashville. So I met this person and we liked each other and we started hanging out, and I invited them over and they saw my 3D printer, and that was the end of that. But that's irrelevant. A couple nights after the 3D printer incident, I was going to a show that I knew they'd be there. So it just kind of got me nervous. And I figured, you know what? I'm not gonna not go to a show I like because of just one person. So I go there and they're there. And I was like, oh, God damn. You know, just agonizing without flinching. And I was like, just fuck it, I'll go say hi and be the bigger person. And I go up to them, and as I'm approaching, I can see from their body language and just the face they're giving me that they are as sweet as they've ever been. Not the tiniest bit salty, not awkwardly trying to avoid me or just asking how I'm doing without caring. So we started talking. We were in the middle of a conversation and one of their friends just came by and they introduced me to their friend. And I was so shocked because I realized from their perspective, we just didn't match and that was it. Like they even thought that I could be a good fit for their friend because who knows, she might like 3D printers. Like they didn't think that I'm a piece of shit and deserve to die alone because we don't have the same interests. The point is, it's just such a safe and receptive and forgiving atmosphere to date here in Nashville, especially in the punk and electronic and underground scene. And I feel like it's to an extent because of how small these communities are. It's as if there's a tribal unconscious energy that gives people a chance to find someone to love here that I haven't felt anywhere else. Basically what I'm saying is it's quite easy to raw dog someone in South and Middle Tennessee. So if you're not a scumbag and you don't want to abuse people, just go say hi, send your DMs, give a couple days before Valentine and infinite days after Valentine. So just take your time. But whatever you do, don't talk about the benefits of being single on the day of Valentine. I would say a week before Valentine and 2-3 days after Valentine. Okay, in that time frame, don't talk about the benefits of not getting any bitches. Actually, you know what? I could potentially be the first YouTube channel who dated all of its subscribers.